You guys, what is going on? I guess I'm gonna wait for some people to get in here. I want to let's okay. I was watching this show, well, this podcast, so I'm about to turn that on while I do my makeup. While I do my makeup, y'all. What is percent is my battery on? So, okay, it's on 71%. I don't know why I was acting like it wasn't charged. We're partying, the fun is just begun. Oh, it was just taking a while to load. Ready, set, let's go. Here we go with this. Every time. Okay, so let's see. Oh, this is the one I was watching. It was real good. What is going on? What is going on? Okay. Hey, Rick. What is going on?
How much money you're eligible for? If you were in a car crash within the last 2 years, that was not your fault. You could have money coming. The truth is.
How are y'all doing?
To our chatters, Tina and
So
Clint,
I like this little podcast that's on here called Poppin' Politics. So that's what I'm gonna be listening to while I do my makeup.
All right, and Shantia with the $5. Yeah, says keep the physical testing the same for men and women. Whoever passes the test, let them go into combat. All right. Yep.
Exactly what we said.
Absolutely. All right, we have another Mark Slater.
Hey, Mark.
Says out of all the problems and threats to the country due to the Biden administration, China, Iran, etc., they grill Pete on his personal life. Genius, logic, and deflection. Right on, Mark. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. We appreciate you all. We really do. Keep those super chats and
what's
the
going
likes.
on, you guys?
Please, if you're watching and you haven't liked yet, please hit that like button. It really helps to broadcast our channel and get us higher up on the YouTube platform.
I don't think this is the one either.
Change gears a little bit. I want you guys to take a look at this viral video that occurred of road rage. This occurred recently where it looks like
listen, the government is off the chain right now, and I just. How do you live stream? What do you mean? How do you live stream? You hit the plus button and you go live. I'm not sure.
This woman faced instant karma after starting a fight in a fit of road rage.
I'm not sure what you mean. These people out here is crazy. You press the okay. What kind of device are you using? What's up, CJ? No, I haven't found a coach yet. I'm still deciding. What's going on. Hold the fuck up. Listen, y'all.
As if it weren't already bad enough.
They didn't knock
she's about
this
to get
lady out.
reprimanded by a man for her bizarre
They didn't
actions.
knock this lady out. What's going on, you guys? What do y'all have going on today?
Why you jumping on the girl?
Our government is crazy right now.
And if anyone suffered
I'm
injuries
convinced
as a result,
everyone has
this
lost.
is no way to act.
Everyone has lost their mind.
Wow. All right.
That's what I said. Wow.
Lots to unpack here.
Wow.
What's your reaction to what occurred there, Shelly?
My reaction is, don't start no shit, won't be no shit.
Number two, all that ice and snow. I'm surprised that he didn't fall when he picked her up. Mm-hmm. And then I was just thinking from an injury perspective. I was hoping that she didn't break her any bones or things like that. However, she did clock him first. Mm-hmm.
And that's all I'm saying.
Somebody might disagree with how hard he should have hit her, or maybe should have pushed. I'm just saying that's all debatable. But she did clock him first for no reason.
Yeah.
Let me debate it. Okay, I have 19 nephews, and they would not, under any circumstances, pick a fight with a woman. They would not. They'd walk away first. But if this woman, check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car. Okay, you ready? All right, $118 for car insurance. That's how much I was paying, okay? I picked up the car a few months ago, and watch this, ready? Clocks you in the side of the head with your back turned to her, right?
Baby, no thank
She
you.
got everything she had coming, and he did not overly, assault her. What? Because he could have stomped the life out of her.
No, seriously.
He stomped her back, and then he dropped her.
Body slammed her.
Yeah.
Body slammed
Better.
her. He feel like a power blow.
He could have kept body slammed her. He could have kicked her. He could have stomped her out. This is the problem when you have women who are used to dealing with beta men, soy boys, because she's probably slapping Lopez, whoever he is, the man that's supposed to be with her in the car. However, not all men are that way. And let me tell you, a lady, she is not.
No, for real.
In her car.
Because I'm not about to put my hands on a grown-ass man.
I'm in her vehicle. I guess alcohol was involved, but maybe. I think
Yeah, I'm not about to do that.
She had the divine right to pop out on him, and she had the divine right to put her hand on her. And she effed around, and she found out. What do you think?
I think, first of all, had this been
I think she effed around and found out too, y'all.
years ago, this would have never happened for two things. Number one, a woman would not have done that. And I don't believe a woman would have done it. Now, it's easier to believe a woman may have done it because women are emotional, and sometimes women do try to lash out at men. But 20, 30, 40 years ago, a man would not have done that because men are supposed to be very stable, very even-keeled, very reasonable. We know that they're going to be stronger than us.
Yeah.
We know that they're going to be.
That's why I don't even know why she hopped out that car with that man like that, y'all.
So they generally show some restraint, right? But now we've become in a time where women want equality, everything. I can do everything a man can do. I'm as strong as a man. I can do this, do that. Well,
Baby,
now
I'm not as strong as no man.
So when you
I work out,
you
and I'm still not as strong as no man.
then they're gonna hit you. They're not gonna hold back like they used to. It used to be a time where if a woman, she gets angry with a guy and she's I hate you, starts hitting him or pushing him or whatever, they restrain. It used to be restrained. It used to be, shake them, hold them, But now we've come to a time where it's gone all out the window, and it's sad.
You know what?
It's very sad.
To his credit, he was trying to walk away.
Yeah, he was.
And
They always walk away.
Yeah, and I don't. They described the other guys reprimanding her. I thought that was funny. Actually, I think the other guy that told her to get home, I think he was being very caring. Like, why don't you get out the car? Just get home. Just get home.
Yeah.
And then there was even a little bit more demeaning. She crawled. She couldn't even get up.
Oh yeah.
She
body slammed her.
I agree with what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying. She was him in the head. He clocked him. She clocked him.
He cocked her back, but then he body slammed.
No, I agree. I think that was the limit. I mean, he went over the limit.
Of course, yeah.
But again, I am for self-defense. If somebody,
Yeah, because what is the limit when you're the one being attacked? I know it was a woman, but you know, and I'm not saying men. Go ahead and hit women, but lady.
Right? But I don't like that. I mean, you can have an argument, debate, whatever.
Right.
You threaten and then you execute on a threat unwarranted. Then you don't know what's coming back.
That man was not in fear for his life.
Well, it doesn't matter. It does not matter.
You all mean to tell me that what we just saw, the reaction he had to her was equal to what?
I'm not saying that. When he body slammed.
But
here's what I'm saying. He got out of the car in defense of the woman that was driving his car because she was coming to attack this woman. Right? This is what men are supposed to do. But let me turn the wheel back a little bit, KJ. I'm a big fan of Turner Classic Movies. I love black and white movies. My most favorite movie of all time is called All About Eve. And it is amazing. I mean, absolutely amazing. One of my favorite scenes in the movie is Joan Crawford's having a heated debate with her boyfriend turned husband, turned ex-husband, turned boyfriend again. And she hauls off and she slaps him from like the dirt roads of Mississippi. She pulls her hand back and she's like, whack. You know what he does? He slaps her butt right back.
But this guy cold.
Hold on.
He hit her with a closed hand.
She didn't hit with a closed hand, KJ. Let me tell you.
Watch it again. She
was an absolute coward. Can we zone in? She was an absolute coward. She hit this man with his back turned.
Well, most women are.
Well, listen, most women don't go around clocking men. Let's
talk about it.
Women are emotional. This is all I'm saying.
I think her hands on someone is someone is completely
wrong. Of course, I agree she was wrong. But what I think is this is a symptom of what we have going on in society now. You know, men are. I don't want to be equal to a man.
Me either. I keep saying that. And for the ones that want to be equal to a man, you go ahead. And that's why they out here clocking us like we men. They clocking us like we men.
This is the type of atmosphere we've created, and so now chivalry is dead. Chivalry is dead. You know, now they're not even giving you the benefit of the doubt. You know, you don't just get a restraint. You don't get a, slap back. You get a body slam.
Yeah. So then the question is in the back of my head. The question, lucky she didn't get a bullet. That's when she's lucky. The important question is, how do we get it? I wouldn't say get it back. How do we, lessen, if you will, the emotional men and the more assertive, not assertive, I agree with assertive women. I would say more aggressive women. How do we get it back to how do we pull it back? I would say let's do a PSA. You know how they had back in the 80s where they cracked the eggs that this is your brain on crack?
Yes.
Blah, blah, blah. Listen, we can show that video over and over again. Ladies, keep your damn hands to yourself.
Yes.
Keep your hands to yourself. Because if you punch a man in the head when his back is turned and he turns around and
he just might punch you back. What is going on live?
You ain't got nobody to blame but yourself. And
I am.
You stay in the car tells me that this thing starts trouble all of the time. And KJ, to your point, you were saying how it used to be women, you get emotional, you hit a guy, you push him. Typically, those were in relationships. Those were in the context of a girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, husband, wife, things like that. Most women did not go up to men, a stranger no less, road rage, and hitting strangers like that. So it was typically confined to intimate relationships in what you described. But again, how do we get it back? How do we show restraint? I support assertive women. I think women need to be assertive, and so they can take stands for protecting themselves, their children, and whatever values they uphold. I also put down, I call them bitches in a sense, men, pussy wussies, or whatever, men who are equally or more emotional than women.
It's dangerous. Those are dangerous men.
Very dangerous.
Because you have men who, if you have a very emotional man, not only are they're going to be stronger. Men have, a lot more energy and things like that.
Yeah.
Muscle, right.
Exactly.
But then to add emotionalism to it, that's a terrible combination.
It's a horrible combination. But, this is what happens when we don't have, and I hate to keep coming back to this, we don't have traditional value roles, right? Where everybody's flat. You're not a man or you're not a woman. Everybody's just a being and all of this kind of foolishness. I don't applaud what happened here. I think there's enough, bad karma for everybody involved. But this woman popped out of her car, came back and threatened to open the door on another woman, right? KJ, you have a boyfriend, right? And you and your boyfriend in the car, and some woman comes up and tries to pull you out of the car to fight with you over some traffic.
No, that's crazy. Because I'm not doing all of that. I'm not doing all of that. I'm not getting out my car to hit no grown man.
Back off.
I might talk a little smack in my car and pull off.
You cannot have a
baby, but I'm not getting out my car to hit no grown man.
Be mad when he bites you in the butt.
That's just crazy to me, and that's what I'm gonna say about that.
Sound off on this. I want to hear from you all in the comments. Did he go too far? Did this guy go too far, or do you think she got what was coming to her? Sound off in the comments, and we'll check before the end of the night. So I know we have some super chats here, so let's see here. All right.
What's up, y'all?
$5 super chat says the left loves to be loud and oops. Oh yeah. Yeah, it disappeared. Can we get that back up?
Thank you guys.
Okay, yeah. He says the left loves to be loud and hear themselves talk. Did y'all see Nancy Mace get mad and ask Jasmine Crockett if she wanted to step outside? We have that, John. We do have that. We're going to talk about that. We'll do that next.
Yes.
All right. What else do we have here as far as the super chat? All right, Chadwick says with a $5 super chat, says, ladies, I know all of you personally. All of you act like feminine women in real life, and because of it, you are treated so.
Thank you, Chadwick.
All right.
No, seriously.
We have your Laura says, people need to let Jesus take the wheel.
No, for real.
It's bad on these roads, Laura. It is bad.
It is. Well, since someone actually brought that up, I want to fast forward to that. I was going to put that out a little close to the end. But let's talk about that exchange with Jasmine Crockett and Nancy Mace. Take a look at this. This is clip 9.
Lord, what do we have going on now?
Trans, so that people will feel threatened. And child, listen, I want y'all to tell me whether or not.
Call me a child. I am no child.
I want to find out which of those emails actually have. Chairman, I'm reclaiming my time.
You will not do that. I am not a child.
I am reclaiming my time.
If you want to take it outside.
Mr. Chairman, a committee is not in order.
Order.
Baby, order. Baby, order.
All right, so it's not just road rage, folks. This is actually happening in the halls of Congress. Nicole,
baby, look.
Listen, a lot happens.
There's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. What is up, y'all? I'm listening to this little podcast.
The end of goading people, but that Marine is not one she should go. Because I'm going to tell you, I can sell tickets to that fight outside and raise all kind of money. You hear me? But decorum is something that the chair has to control. When you're the chairman and you have the gavel, when people are out of control, it's up to you to bring that meeting back to heel. This is poor leadership. This is absolute poor leadership.
People are going to be mad with me tonight, but I don't think Jasmine was calling her a child, number one. She was just talking a dialect, if you will, colloquialism, whatever you want to call it. That's number one. Number two, I think it was totally blown out of proportion for Nancy Mace to respond that way. I mean, it was really no take it outside moment. It really wasn't. I mean, this is just over the top, and what I'm really angry about is that my damn taxpayer money paid for this crap.
Yep.
Girl, if you knew the stuff that our tax money paid for.
Our tax money paid for a lot of bullshit.
It would curl your hair. Your hair would be curly. You would have
A Jerry curl.
No, you would have that Zuckerberg view, curly top like Zuckerberg. But things happen there because these are human beings. And again, this is a small clip of a longer process that was happening. And she does. That's what Jasmine Crockett does. She pokes you, she pinches you, she pushes you, she makes all of these kind of incendiary remarks. And as soon as you jump on her, Mr. Chairman, right? Here's the problem with that. There are certain situations where you can't throw the first blow, hide your hands, and get away scot-free.
In this case, I don't think she was doing that. And I'm not a Jasmine Crockett fan. And of course, I didn't vote for her. She's in Texas. But in this case, I do not think.
Yeah, I'm definitely not a Jasmine Crockett fan.
We say child.
I am not a fan of
Black
hers.
American community. That's just a way of speaking, like child with that Lord. I don't think she was directing it personally or specifically at Nancy Mace. This is it's just again, it's aggravating to see that at this level, and this is why I say people are just people.
Well, I say this, it was ghetto.
It was.
It was ghetto for both.
Absolutely.
It was ghetto for Crockett, and it was really ghetto, I thought, for Nancy Mace. Take it outside. Let's take.
How about that? That is hilarious.
Let me tell you, this is the reason why we call the Senate the most deliberative body that we have, because the House of Representatives are just regular folk.
And so are the senators. They regular folk.
They are too, but what I'm saying is they have a bit more decorum. Their rules are a lot tougher. However, when you have, people in the House of Representatives, these are quite literally these people who got elected, when you look at, they do an ethics report. You got check kiters, you got people who, credit so bad they can't open a bank account. You got all kind of people who got elected because they look like me, they sound like me, they were my one issue person. This is why they don't serve a long term.
And right? You have people who like to play for the camera.
Absolutely.
Now everything videographed, now people have social media, they have their own
What
accounts,
I want to do now.
And it's performative. It is performative. And that's what I think that was. But let's talk about the issue they were talking about. And they were talking about this transgender bill. So Speaker Johnson finally got the House, the GOP-led House
What's up?
voted to ban transgender athletes from women's sports. So this was a huge win for people who have been advocating for this. Basically, the legislation amends Title IX to define sex based on reproductive biology and genetics at birth, effectively barring transgender women and girls from participating in women's sports. The U.S. House of Representatives passed the Protection of Women and Girls in Sports Act yesterday with a vote of 218 to 206. So let's start with you, Shelley. What do you think about this bill?
Oh, I think the bill needs to be passed. Again, trans people.
I do agree with that about that trans bill.
And you should not be in a
Yeah, because I just don't mean no harm. It's just like at the end of the day,
everywhere you go, almost what do you call them?
Stop making up stuff. Pass the bill. I'm tired of it.
You gotta do get the hell out so somebody else can go because the line is long. Right. So I think this bill needs to be passed, particularly because it's talking about federally funded sports, sports events or campuses, things like that. That's what it's talking about. So absolutely, I agree with it.
Okay, well, I want to get you on this, Nicole, on this next clip. This is AOC calling out the bill. This is clip 12.
And I'm tired of that AOC too.
I saved $700 with Liberty Mutual.
I'm tired of that AOC
what you can get with
too.
those savings.
Organize, organize.
I'm honored to yield 2 minutes to the gentlewoman from New York, Representative Ocasio-Cortez. Thank you so much, Madam Chair, Madam Ranking Member.
I'm so tired of this AOC. I don't know what to do.
Republicans who have voted consistently against the Violence Against Women Act, who have taken away the right of all women to choose and have control over their own body.
Girl.
Who, as women, are
They really be making up stuff.
Parking lots across the country.
I'm so tired of the Democratic Party. Like, I don't even know what to do. I just don't even know what to do.
Pretend today that they care about women. And why? To open up gender and, yes, genital examination.
Y'all, what do y'all think about that that AOC? who's trying to fight for the trans rights. Like, I understand, yeah, trans people deserve rights, but I don't think it should be on the taxpayers' dollar. The things that they want to be paid for with the taxpayers' dollar, I just feel like it's other stuff that could be done with that money. And if you want all these surgeries and stuff, I feel like save your own money and do it. Save your own money and do it, because they're not paying for me to go get no BBL or whatever the case may be. I just don't feel like the taxpayers need to be paying for that. They do not need to be paying for that. Why my tax dollars gotta go to that? When there's people out here that's homeless and starving, why not spend the money on that?
It's appropriate. But when we talk about people who think today they may be feminine, female, in a girl's space, that doesn't make any sense. There were a couple of House members, I think 2 of them were Latino from Texas, and the guy from North Carolina, who voted with the Republicans on this bill because it just makes sense.
Oh, but Henry Kueller and Vicente Gonzalez.
Yeah, so, here's the thing. Nobody wants their daughter run over trying to play, soccer by some 16-year-old boy who's got his muscles and everything else that's come in, right? The problem that we have is that the Democrats are looking for something. Something that they think America will rally behind them. And this is not it. This is a losing cause. And AOC's speech fell absolutely flat.
Yeah. And I'm upset that they keep focusing on the boys. What about these girls that come over and, was it trans boys?
Oh, what did I just do with my lash? I just lost. Oh, here we go.
Boys' bathrooms and stuff. The boys have to deal with, menstruation and the periods and all that kind of stuff in their bathrooms. I mean, it's a mess. That's the ones you need to talk about bleeding on the floor.
But listen, nobody was bleeding on the parking lot, and no one's dead. She's still alive. We saw her speaking. Here's the problem. They're being very hyperbolic in a time where America's had it.
Yeah, no, we really had it. Like we really had it.
We don't want any part of their delusion. Parts of it.
So my to AOC and to all of you listening, I got some little props here because this is what we would these not exactly the ones, but we would use these to teach little children, right? This is a girl. You see, she has a cute little pink dress on, and you can't really see up her dress like the boys might try to do. But if you can look up her dress, she has what we would typically associate with a girl, a doll, a vagina. That's number one. See, here's Bo Peep, right? Bo Peep, a girl. Look at her curves and things like that. Her breast, a girl. Here's what we would call a man. I think this is called Red Ranger. I think it's Red Ranger. Red Ranger, right? And then here's a little bit bigger one. Here's one. Now, he has some. You see his chest, strong, broad chest, and the muscles in his thighs and calves and, legs. And then here's the one that says it all. He, man. It speaks for itself. He, man. I mean, look. Big guy, burly, strong. Again, this is not to say that women can't get muscles, but this is just what we would use to teach children the distinctions, some of the distinctions between a male and a female. I say, AOC, let's just go back to the basics, okay? Yeah. That's just it. That's it.
Back to the basics.
Back to the basics.
Yeah. I mean, you literally gotta talk to these people like they're kindergarten.
Yeah, no, seriously. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
Once again, the Democrats want to make everything complicated and ruin everything for sensible people.
The thing is that they haven't learned the lesson yet. Mm-hmm. Getting walloped in the election, getting walloped in it. Listen, as a Republican, I hope they continue the foolishness.
Exactly.
I hope they continue the foolishness so we can pick up more seats and continue to make our country great again.
No,
right? That kind of progressiveness I'm here for.
Absolutely. Well, here's Speaker Johnson. This is Nicole's favorite person. No, he's not. Speaker Johnson. He is talking to the press, and they asked him, where in Scripture does it say male and female? This is clip 11. Lord have mercy.
I hope I did not get this glue everywhere because I'm just literally making a mess right now.
By saying that man is not be a man. Man is a man and what is known and not become a woman. And that's what Scripture teaches. That's at least the 7th time I've heard it. That's that. Can you say why you think Christian scripture teaches that?
Okay.
So you varies in the Christian.
Not too much, not too much. Something really light.
Well, it goes back to the first book in Genesis. Male and female, he made them. I mean, this is pretty clear. I'm not sure there's another interpretation, but everybody's open to interpreting Scripture however they will. But this is comports with common sense as well. So we know it from our religious tradition, which I believe is the truth. I'm a Bible-believing Christian, make no apology about that. But whether you regard that as the truth or not, it's also nature. It's biology. And biology is not...
I just don't understand people that you gotta explain that to.
The supporters of this legislation.
Man is man, girl is girl.
Women and girls. It's very clear.
Why are we explaining that?
You've heard examples.
It's just...
Famous, but
It's just not much to explain when it comes to that.
Congress has a role to play here. We should step into this arena. And it's an appropriate thing for us to do. So we make no apology for it. And this is not out of dislike or discrimination against anybody at all. This is the right thing to do, and it's to protect women and girls, and that's our role here.
All right. Yeah, Bible is not big.
Bible is not bigotry.
The biology is not bigotry.
Right.
Yeah. What did you think?
I thought it was a dumb question.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a dumb question. It was obvious. I don't even know why he asked that.
Well, he's saying because Speaker was saying that I guess he's saying that when the Speaker has been asked in the past why he believes that, they should not allow transgenders in sports, or about the genders.
Right.
He asked him how many genders. He says 2 genders. Bible says 2 genders. He's asking him, well, why you...
And he already knew the answer to that. That's where, even if you're not a Christian, non-Christians know that is where 99.99% of people get the know and understand or believe that God created the male and female. I just thought it was a dumb question.
It was a dumb question.
But I think what he thought is that Speaker didn't know his Bible.
Is that what you would think? Is that what
I think that's what he thought.
Okay.
I'm going to enjoy some more liberal tears.
That's what.
Yes, exactly. All right. I want to move on here to some news out recently of something we may disagree on, you guys. This is about Trump. So, actually, before I do, I want to acknowledge our super chatters. I think I have another super chatter here. All right. Let's see here. Do we have a super chatter? I thought I got a... Okay, we do. Laura.
Oh, thank you.
Can't we all just get along anymore? I agree, Laura.
Then what are we getting along with?
We all just get along. Yeah. John Alexander
This is so crazy
bleeding
out
out
here,
in
man.
parking lots across the country. Stop the drama. Somebody give her an Oscar for that monologue.
Exactly.
Thank you for that $5 super chat, John. Yeah, we agree. All right, so moving along to some news that Trump released recently. All right, so in a 1:24 a.m. post on Truth Social, Trump said that he had watched Seth Meyers' late night show.
Okay, I gotta plug
Myers'
this up. I'm
humor
trying to
for
figure
years
out.
has been biting when it comes to Trump, with his segments also serving as a form of commentary. So Trump wrote, "How bad is Seth
Hello,
Meyers
what's going
NBC, a network run by a truly bad group of people? Remember, they also run MSDNC. I got stuck watching Marble Mouth Myers the other night, the first time in months, and every time I watch this moron, I feel an obligation to say how dumb and untalented he is. Merely a slot filler for the stuff that
I didn't even realize
Comcast.
my light.
These guys should be paying a lot of money for the right to give these
So let's try
in-kind
this
contributions to the radical left Democrat Party. These are not shows or entertainment. They are simply political hits 100% of the time. To me and the Republican Party, Comcast should pay a big price for this." So This is an actual question. During his first term, he suggested pulling the network's FCC license after he got angered by an MSNBC News report.
Okay, I'm gonna curl my
he's
hair
also
now.
bashed NBC for featuring Harris on Saturday Night Live in the final show before the election, warning that it was a violation of equal
I think
time
my makeup came out very
The
good.
network gave Trump's campaign time the next day, but Carr,
I like
who
it like that.
is, I think,
I
Brennan
like
Carr,
it like
who is
that.
an appointee to chair the FCC under Trump, warned the other third-party candidates may have been denied airtime. So the question for you is, how should NBC or Comcast level the playing field for conservative voices? Should the FCC fine Comcast? Nicole, what are your thoughts here?
It's a difficult thing because we all have a First Amendment right, and Seth Meyers absolutely has that. But if we take a look at the long history of the relationship between Trump and Seth Meyers and Comcast and NBC, this is not the first blow in this fight. Trump has kind of held their feet to the fire time and time again with this quote-unquote political commentary. Now, as an American, I reserve the right to say what the hell I want to say, and I will stand up and fight for his right to say what he wants to say. However, politically, if we're talking strictly politics, Trump has a point. If this donates time to backing stated DNC principles, and not just his opinion about it, but stated DNC principles, he may very well have run afoul of the equal time rules. The problem is,
because I'm confused on what actually transpired. What do you mean when he was? I didn't understand what he was talking about when he said, "What do you mean stated DNC principles?"
So you know how I always talk about they have talking points, and you guys know talking points, right? So the party comes up and says, "This is what we're going to say this week." Everybody on the same page. You go on the talkies, and you say the same thing over and over again.
I saw that a lot.
Listen, I do. I go on talkies and I say
donations.
Right. But when you say that, you're saying that they run the banner across the bottom. It says Nicole Bennett, Republican strategist. It is my opinion that they give me the talking points. I look at them. I pick the ones I like. I make it, Cole-ish, and I give quote unquote my opinion. It's very different though when Seth Meyers sits there and says, we need to be voting for this. We need to be doing that. Now, I don't watch him, so I don't know what was said. But when it is strictly a political commentary, strictly a political, not a talking point with his opinion, but DNC messaging, this is where you run afoul because NBC cannot simply become an arm of the Democrat Party without giving fair and equal time to the other parties. And that's what.
And they're supposed to be a journalist network or whatever.
Yes.
So journalists are supposed to be impartial anyway. So that's what he was talking about, the in-kind part. Now, I think I've read something briefly, and again, I may be wrong, but I don't believe, or I would not support Trump advocating that their licenses be pulled. I just would advocate Trump saying what he wants to say and Seth Meyers, whomever else, saying what they want to say. If there is a fine to be had by FCC rules and regulations, then issue the fine. But I don't want to shut down. I don't want to censor any organization. I just don't. I don't care if Trump wants it. I support Trump, but I would not agree with him on this particular issue if he wanted to censor or take them off the air. Seth Meyers or anyone else. Let them speak, and then let us respond in kind, right? Let us respond in kind. The airtime, again, is supposed to be impartial. If these journalists were doing their job, none of this would be an issue.
But what do you mean? How would he even get in kind? Because he did not have a Democrat strategist or pundit on there.
He was the
pundit.
Right,
he's supposed to be impartial. He's supposed to be impartial.
But here's the thing.
So what is he supposed to do jokes about the other half as well?
Well, he's supposed to have both sides, at least, or all three, whatever other parties they said may have not been given time. He should have at least a representative from every whatever party.
No, but he was saying that he was on there, I guess in the beginning of the show, talking about Donald Trump. Who does it all?
Well, he
What's
can
up,
talk
you guys?
about the president. Yeah, he can talk about
I'm
the
just
president.
listening
And
to
the
Pop,
FCC is not going to pull Comcast license.
Right.
What they
in
do is they license
politics,
individual stations.
listening
not
to
the
some of this
entirety
madness
of
that's
this
going on in the
business.
government.
What the best thing that Trump did was raise awareness.
Exactly.
They're
That's the best thing that he
always
did.
like,
Brendan
oh
Carr
my
is
God, it's just
absolutely
always
SEC
so
God.
much.
He knows everything there is to know about who's on what side and that kind of thing. What he's saying about what happened during the election cycle is while the Trump campaign raised the ire and said, no, you let her be on Saturday Night Live, then I want my equal time. But what about the other candidates who were like Jill Stein and other people who were on there? That's what Brendan is talking about.
Right.
What Trump is doing is what Trump does. He's saber rattling with them and saying, okay, guess who's back?
Yep.
Right? You're going to talk trash about me, I'm going to talk trash about you.
And he should.
And absolutely. But this is
Absolutely.
this is discourse. Well, the show doesn't go off until like, a quarter after 1. I mean,
Trump doesn't sleep much. That's his thing.
not during the transition. I mean, we got stuff to do.
Right.
But I really feel like getting very clear where your First Amendment right as a citizen
Absolutely.
switches when you're a political person. Where the parameters are in equal and fair play. The beautiful thing about it is nobody really watches NBC. And if Trump had not said anything, most people would have been
Right,
like,
anyway.
But this is an ongoing feud between Trump and Comcast and all of that kind of thing, and MSDNC, however, who has been sold off. Spun off.
Yes.
And
Broke today.
the crazy thing about it is they're not changing the name. I don't understand that. Change the name.
From MSNBC to what?
To anything.
Oh, okay.
They call it NBC.
You could be anything else. Give yourself a fresh start. But what they're doing is doubling down on dumb.
Yeah.
And
Well, they'll continue to lose ratings.
There you go. That's the best thing that can happen.
right. And
Yep.
that's the American way. When the American people don't
Yep.
like it anymore, they'll turn it off and go on about their lives, and they'll force you
Exactly.
to change.
Nobody listens to legacy media
Well,
anymore.
we
They
are
just
at
made
the end
such
of
a
our
bad
time,
name
folks.
for
I wanted
themselves.
to just end on this one clip
Nobody
of Gavin
listens to
Newsom
that.
getting his lunch eaten. Or eaten. What is it? Eaten. Yeah, eaten. Getting his lunch eaten by Adam Carolla. This is
so good.
crazy.
It was funny.
You guys gotta see this. This is clip 7. Take a look.
Of African Americans in the state of California, roughly half of Latino families have no access to a checking account or an ATM. Things we take for granted. They don't have a checking
What's
account.
wrong with that?
And well, because they don't have the resources to sock those things away.
Why do we have them?
What?
A lot of different reasons, but roughly half those families don't. Where do they
Why
end
do
up?
Armenians have them?
But where they end up is in
Why-
check cashing places.
But I want to know
and
why
payday
those
lenders
groups,
taking
why
it.
those two groups don't have
Well,
access.
a lot of it just happens to be that we can
So
talk
they're
about.
flawed?
No, they're hardly flawed, but they're struggling.
Genetically
Folks are making
flawed.
their work. Hardly, not
But
absolutely.
okay, so but
Absolutely.
I'm tired of everybody
I mean,
playing
a
victim.
lot of
Like,
communities have, a lot of whites have these problems.
Oh,
but I
so
just-
that's not just black and Hispanic.
no, but
exactly. Stop acting like it's just like black people have
So why
checkers
so many
accounts.
of them?
These people
It
is
just
crazy.
happens to be.
Hey, what's
we
going
got
on?
Not at all.
Well,
It
what
just-
happened to
There are
them?
a lot of issues, and that the communities are struggling. A lot
Why are
of new
they
immigrants,
struggling?
a lot of different reasons. Lots of
Hispanics have been
opportunity.
here. Blacks have been here longer than we've been here.
Well, we can surmise.
What about
all
Asians?
of
They
it.
were put in internment camps.
Yeah, we
Exactly,
in
like-
San Francisco.
I feel like everybody has, had their hardships. Stop trying to pick out one group and like, oh, they're worse off. No, all of us are worse off. All of us. Not just black people, not just Latino people. Asian people are worse off.
We
Everybody.
can talk about it. You know what I'm dealing
Like,
with?
I'm sick of the victim playing.
So
I'm so sick of
they
it.
do. This is what Democrats do.
Exactly. That's what Democrats do. Like, stop with the.
assumptions, but these points. But they don't.
They're making me mad just listening to it. Because it's like, stop just acting like we're the only people going through stuff.
Emotional responses to people, and unfortunately,
What you gonna do to your hair?
Laura says with a $5 super chat says is Melania.
What you doing to your hair, Cuddle Pink? Yeah, these people are so crazy. Like,
She doesn't love her husband.
y'all acting like other races don't have problems. We all got the same problems. Like,
Get them to back off.
I'm just not gonna believe. Oh,
It's one
black
thing to
people,
report, even
they're
if
the
you're
only
in
ones that
the
are
process.
suffering. No, black people are not the only ones that's suffering. We're all suffering as Americans. As Americans.
We drag them for filth.
As Americans,
It's
we
not
are
mean-spirited.
suffering.
Nobody-
Okay?
It's not mean-spirited on my part.
They
I
love
can't speak
to
for
play
Shelley,
that
but it's not
victim
mean-spirited
shit,
on my
like-
part. I want to say,
Ew, it's
when
just
you start talking
disgusting.
about the nature of somebody's relationship and what she does and doesn't,
Okay, now that I look
as many
decent.
husbands as those ladies have been through.
Oh, you got your hair in a bun?
I mean, I don't think.
Yeah, I'm planning on
Because how do you
Washing my hair. I really need to wash my
I'm just
hair
saying,
up under
you're
here.
thinking about it. She takes the view to
And
boy.
I was thinking about putting my hair in a
You
bun.
have to say, oh, you love
A
me.
nice
No,
little
I think
cute
it's fair.
slick back
Melania,
bun.
go
I don't have
on like
time
you've been
today.
doing. That's not even something I would
So
think that you would sue over. There probably
that's
been
what we're
other
doing
things
because
or
this is
worse
quick
things
and
that maybe
easy.
you
I gotta
could
put
have or
something
should
right
have.
here.
But just
Listen, the
This is
beautiful
quick
thing
and
about the White House
easy.
is not about the money. It's not about the win. It's about the discovery. During the discovery process, we want to see all your show notes. We want to see all the communication.
I mean, for that, I don't know what. I just don't even know what would be the base. I'm just saying legally. I don't understand the basis, the discovery, whatever would come out.
Defamation, isn't it?
Well, not only defamation, it would open up to see who they've been talking to, how they've been getting their talking points. Because as we know, they've been talking points. But let's have something with an MSNBC or an
that's
ABC
for makeup in here. So what's going on, you guys?
And I wanna
I'm sitting here listening to politics. I don't know if you follow